Good morning! New season, new golf course, or rather old golf course. My sons and I voted unanimously to come back here to Lilybrook. If you haven't seen any of the back catalogue and you're new to the channel, then you don't know the course. The stroke rating is 70.6, so well over par. So I get 8 shots from the whites and 7 from the yellows, and as I had most of the winter off, I need them. Well, Lilybrook isn't particularly long until you say the words par 69, and then you realise that it is. The first thing you'll notice is the trees. If you miss the fairways here at Lilybrook, then you are playing recovery shots hole after hole after hole. That's starting here. So the up and over and the punch under are 2 shots you really need to learn. Because if you have as bad a day as I'm about to have, because my back is killing me and it's very stiff, then you're going to be playing a lot of recovery shots. Doesn't help when you get the ball first coming out of a bunker towards the out of bounds, of course. That's the other issue here. There is a lot of out of bounds. In fact, they changed the routing for the out of bounds. Second, a slight turn to the left with a ditch across the fairway, meaning I can't hit driver, which is probably a good thing because I can't even hit my 3-wood. Now the second shot into the second green is dominated by a large horse chestnut, which you can't see because I'm behind this one. But we're on the dance floor, and I'll put the camera under the horse chestnut. Now there's a big hill on this course, and all the greens turn from the hill, except that they don't. Over there on the left, with the left-hand bunker, the way it intrudes upon the green, it creates a slope that slopes towards the hill. Somewhere in the middle here there might actually be a straight putt, but good luck on finding any straight putts at Lilybrook. These are greens you have to learn. And there's the hill that I mentioned. That's the 18th fairway. Par 3 third. It's a bit of a stretch from the back tee. It's narrow at the front, wide at the back. It's protected by 2 nasty bunkers down the right, and of course there's the big slope from off the hill, and at the back there's a little bit of a slope to keep you on the green. But again, there's a portion of this green that slopes towards the hill over there on the left of the screen where the bunkers intrude. Now at the moment, greens maintenance has just been done. We're missing the rain. We're desperate for rain, and so they're a bit bumpy and a bit slow. Blind tee shot over the side of the reservoir for the sprinklers, and as it's a north wind and the ground is rock hard, that went out 311. Of course that doesn't help you with your second shot, because now you're downhill, downwind, and you're wondering where to land it. Fourth green is quite big, bunkers left and right. It's an easy green to hit if you're not under the trees. I didn't get the wind and I didn't get the bounce, so I'm miles away. And of course after greens maintenance, they're all different. Every green has a different speed, different bumps. We shall worry about the score when they are back to their normal, exceptional high quality. Fifth is back up the hill and a dogleg to the left round the trees in the middle of the fairway. I do try and hit a draw here with the driver, but as I say, my back is shot, so we'll pay a second visit to the fourth. Now this is a shot I would not recommend you do, and that is take on the green from the middle of the fourth fairway with a 3 hybrid, but I've got nothing to lose, and that is absolutely perfect. it always helps having extreme confidence in your clubs. A long green slopes right to left. You cannot miss this green to the right. Down there on the left, chipping up is easy. From the right, chipping down is not. Always got to favour the left hand side of this green. And we drop one for a change. Now on to number 6, which used to be the second. Ditch across and out of bounds on the right. And I think they changed the routing because people were going out of bounds on the first and then coming to this tee box, going out of bounds on the second, and then their round was over. Down on the flat and a clear shot at this green. Always seem to remember getting a flyer from this rough, so I took a club less. The green itself is long, it is wide, it slopes back to front, and it's a hog's back in the middle, so this putt is first uphill and then downhill and exceptionally badly red. There's going to be quite a bit of that at Lilybrook over the first few months that we are members back here, if we can remember the greens. 7 plays a good club uphill, and we're miles forward. You've probably already noticed that the yellow tees are just behind the reds, but there's 2 bunkers right and a big bunker left, and sometimes it's easier just to play for the front edge. This is a sort of uphill and then downhill putt, and I've made a hash of it, which is going to happen this time of year. As I say, we desperately need the rain to get the grass growing, and this is all over the country really. Number 8, the one and only par 5, uphill, and it's dominated by the big tree on the left, and as it's into the wind, this isn't going to go particularly far.
Be a long way today against the wind.
And then your second shot is dominated by the big tree on the right, because the hole takes a little kink to the right.
Damn it.
And my back has got a kink in it as well. 5 iron from 146. This is how much the wind is. Into the wind, the north wind. And yet another green that slopes both ways. I think I'm in the middle here. I think I've actually got the straight putt up this hill. But on the right side of the green it turns away from the hill, and on the left side of the green it turns towards the hill. This is always the difficulty of Lilybrook's greens, is being able to spot which way it turns. There are 1,000 optical illusions here. And then on to number 9. From the very back tee, the white tee, it's 460 yards. We're right up on the reds, so it's most certainly a lot shorter than the 444 I just put up on the screen. You cannot miss this fairway left. You don't have a shot. And you certainly can't miss where I've just gone with my bad back. I've just shoved that straight into the poplar. It's funny, a couple of weeks before I recorded this, I had about 90 yards into the green because I hit one of those long ones over the top. Green itself is very large, 1 bunker on the right. It runs away from you, and it also runs left to right, except for the bit by the bunker that runs right to left. You're always looking for the part of the green that goes the opposite way to the rest of them. That putt went left, and now it's come back right.
Well, that's the front 9 done. Badly. Too many bogeys, too many missed fairways, no putts dropping. So we're going to the back, we're going up the hill. It's par 34, no par 5s. I think it's a fraction easier. I always say here, if you can get to the 6th tee on your handicap, you're in for a good day. I don't think I achieved that. Still, I did have 3 months off golf.
Number 10, and a gentle start to the back 9, just slightly up the hill, but tree lined. Now there is space left, but if you go left, you've got a horrible angle into the green. You really do need a straight one, and that's why I never take driver up here.
About time I hit one.
Because the ground's firm, I'm a fair bit closer than normal. The green itself is 3-tiered. Now you won't see the flag on the front because it's all downhill, but occasionally they will put it way up the back. This is on the middle, and I've only just climbed up onto that tier, and I've putted it through the break. But you can see up there, back left and back right, how difficult this can be if you go long. And then on to 11, the shortest par 3 on the course. 2 bunkers left and right, very narrow at the front, very fat at the back. A little knockdown 7. Always find it a lot easier here to take one more club and hit it smooth. And a bird. On to number 12. It's a 90-degree dogleg right, and it's what I would call the only unfair hole on the course. By virtue, when your ball hits the ground from your drive, it starts rolling left, away from the green as opposed to towards it. Yeah, back problems. Haven't made the corner, so just a long chip and run. And because the ground's firm, I've run all the way across. Now this green has been dropped by 5 feet. It was very severe, and there was a feeling that after a number of wet winters that it was actually moving and getting more severe. So they've dug down 5 feet, lowered it, and taken the severity out of it. Now it looks flat. I can assure you this is not flat. I've putted from all 4 corners across this green just to see what it goes like, and it is not flat. Number 13, fairway goes hard left to right. I prefer to land it in the left rough, and I'm a long way from the left rough. The green itself is a bowl protected by 2 bunkers, but it does mean that you can go long and bring the ball back to the flag down the steep slope. I'm not sure how accurate Shot Tracer was there, but I did in fact go long. I did come back down that slope, and I've got what, 4.5 feet. That never touched the hole.
No, it's outside the hole.
A common story today. Now 14 is the odd one. Very, very severe slopes once you get over the top of this hill. There's an area about the size of a tennis court that's reasonably flat, and that's why I hit a 3 hybrid. I try and put it on that area, because hitting driver is very problematical. Now I've just slipped off the tennis court, but as you can see I'm reasonably flat. If you look behind me over that horizon, the ball just runs and runs and runs, and you can be in a horrible position. You should not be taking driver off 14. You should take the club that will get you to around about the 150-yard marker.
Nice.
Now the old man can still chip a bit.
Easy up and down. Right, just smooth.
On to 15, and very difficult. Even though it's downhill from the tee box, you're landing into an upslope which kills it. The long hitters which go over the mound and down and only have a lob wedge in, well, they don't even know the difficulty that I've got. And here I am in the 16th. I should be showing you the 15th. My only option is to hit this straight at the 16th tee, which I do. But then we didn't find the ball. So there's the 15th green from afar. The bunker to the left is incredibly deep, at least 6 feet. I have made birdies on this hole, but most of the time I make a 5. And then somewhere here is my ball, and we did actually find it after we teed off on 16. It was in a good position. 16 is one of my favourites, and of course after my bad leaks to the right I pull it. You go over that brow and you go down into a hollow, and I'd normally have 90 to 100 yards into the green, but being in the rough it's considerably longer. The green itself is a shelf, but it is also a bowl. It does attract the golf ball, and I make quite a few birdies here. Well, certainly did 2.5 years ago. So it slopes into this bowl from both the right side and the left side of the screen. I think I was in the middle with a straightish one. A little bit of luck and that would have been a bird. 17, it slopes hard left to right. There's a huge pond on the right, which is part of the irrigation system. And I'm swinging so badly now with my back, I barely moved that 120 yards, and I've got to come up and over the edge of the pond. In fact, I don't think I've picked up a club for a week. Just for once, it's not my lower back, it's not sciatica, it's my upper back. Too many damn years sat in a computer chair. My goodness, that was almost a par. Right, we're obviously still on top of the hill, so now we've got to get off the hill down the 18th. I just wonder if my back will be good enough to allow me to make a decent swing. Interesting thing about this 18th is you can't see it until you walk right to the end of the tee box, and then it's laid out before you. Here it is, number 18, out of bounds down the right. There is out of bounds left if you go far enough, and then finally you get to see the fairway. Now I have hit a perfect fade down here over the end tree, onto the green, 20 feet, eagle. I've also hit it in the trees an awful lot. But we are right into a very strong wind today. Neither of us made it over the road, it wasn't just me. And a very simple punch into the next tree, of course. Now your options down here is fly it on or roll it on. I opted for roll it on because I don't think my back's good enough to actually play a full swing, and I rolled it on and rolled it off the other side. For the record, I scored 32 Stableford points, and I'm certain that once the greens are back to their normal high quality after some rain, I'll be shooting my new handicap. 7 off the yellows and 8 off the whites. Don't blame me, I didn't invent the WHS.